What's up, guys? Another crypto market update for you here. We're back in Florida, so production quality is not going to be as good yet. But we are going to be going into the current market standing, where I think things are going to be going in the near future, and just my long-term outlook on that. We're then going to get into a couple of other things. The first of which being my status on some base coins, doing a little bit of TA to see where those are going to go. And then we're going to, of course, talk about Ski, my increased thoughts on this, things that I know about it. I'm not going to go specifically into what those are, but I am going to kind of share with you guys a little bit about it. Now, today, in this video is posted late, so I do apologize for that. In just response to what I'm about to get into. But the first thing, of course, is to just make sure you're doing your own research on everything here, because none of this is financial advice. I could say one thing and tomorrow's not true. So just note that, of course, I have your best interest in mind, because this is stuff that I practice every day. But know that I'm not 100% right. So none of this is financial advice, and I really highly encourage you to do your own research. The next thing is, like I said, this video is late in response to this post of me saying this, but Kaizen actually opened up our group again for just today, a Cyber Monday deal. We felt generous and we're giving it to you guys. So I'll have that linked in the description below. You'll get half off using the code CYBERMONDAY for your first month. So that'll be $100 this month, which you should easily make back as long as you're applying yourself within the server. It's definitely a cool opportunity there. From there, it will be closed off again. And the only way you're going to be able to get in from there is if I can potentially get you in, but that's not guaranteed at all. So do keep that in mind, that today is a really good opportunity for that if you have not seen that already. But yeah, just I continue to praise the group. Very much love it. I've made so much money already genuinely in that group, so really appreciate it. But now let's get into the current market standing. Again, I always like to look at the current market standing in terms of Bitcoin dominance and Bitcoin. Bitcoin seems to be on a trend towards the $93,000 level. Just doing a little bit of technical analysis here. Due to my editing situation right now, I will not be able to show you the graph, but in the future, I will have those charts labeled out for you to see a little bit of TA. But just taking my word for it, I think we could be heading down to that 93K level as somewhat of a support level, and then potentially pushing past that resistance level that we continue to hit, which is around 97, 98K. So do keep that in mind. The future really is unknown, and because of that, Bitcoin dominance is not as low as we would like it. And that means that Bitcoin dropping is going to make alts drop as well, as we saw some alts bleed. However, something we're going to be talking about right now is high caps pumping heavily. XRP is a high cap that's pumping heavily. Chainlink had a really nice pump. AVAX did. These are all coins that have had very, very good pumps, in contrast to a bunch of other altcoins, or I guess because you wouldn't expect high caps to perform as well as they've been, but that's almost a good thing, because if you consider the flow of money within the alt season, you'd look at the high cap allocation trickling down into mid caps and then low caps and then meme coins and so on and so forth. So this could be a good thing overall. And if you're in any of those high caps, great looks on your part. I've gotten family members in at XRP at around 40-50 cents, so they've been performing very well. I was not able to actually do that myself. But nonetheless, high caps are pumping. Another notable thing to talk about. Don't know how much longer that's going to happen. I think early Q1, high caps are going to go crazy. I think they'll continue to go crazy within this bull cycle just because of retail. When you're onboarding retail investors, they're looking into what has been pumping, and that is necessarily those high caps. So a market update there that I've noticed as well, and I know a lot of people have noticed as well. We kind of went over that in the Kaizen group as well. We went into a little more detail, Brian did, but again, that's reserved for those of you who are looking to get into that server of where that outlook really lies. So that is kind of that, just overall market update here. It'll just be interesting to see what happens. But now getting into the base plays like we were talking about, and then we'll get into ski masks at the end of the video, because that is a very popular topic that we've been talking about. We're only going to be talking about a couple of base plays here. Again, I'd like to reiterate the fact that Aerodrome, Moonwell, and Alien Base have not seen rigorous pumps yet, and my belief is that they will eventually see those because of what they're doing in regards to the base chain. All three are doing very well. I'd say the riskiest out of those three is Alien Base. I'd say the rest, though, are pretty safe bets for long-term outlooks, just because I consider Aero a blue chip, and then Moonwell very, very undervalued with what it's doing within the base ecosystem. So if you look at its metrics as a borrowing and lending platform, it is performing very, very well. So I would not be surprised to see that go up in the coming months. But again, right now, it's just uncertain. Base isn't getting that much attention as it should yet. And DeFi itself really is undervalued right now. People are looking towards, memes and other things. So you really need to be identifying where the narrative is and just kind of adapt to the market. I think these are all great long-term holds. Again, Alien Base being the riskiest out of those three, but definitely ones to keep an eye on. Really just keep an eye on those three, and I think you should be good. And that's just realistically my update on those. I think Aerodrome, just doing some TA, it looks like we could continue to push up into an area of $1.70, $1.80 if we break at the current resistance that we have. So that's pretty exciting for those of you in Aerodrome. And then Moonwell, I haven't really done TA on Moonwell or Alien Base. I just did some on Aero. But yeah, I think there's definitely potential. Things can change though, as Bitcoin changes as well. So we really just have to see what happens with those. We realistically don't know what's going to happen yet. It's just going to have to be a play it by ear thing. We can do our best guess, but again, nothing is guaranteed as of now. And then getting into the final topic of today, Ski Mask Dog, guys. We have talked about Ski Mask Dog since 3 cents, which, again, Kaizen, they called it out at, I believe, sub a cent. And I was not in there at that time, or I probably would have thrown everything I had into it. It would be up a lot. But we were able to enter in at 3 cents. You guys saw my call with Ski Mask Dog. I still think this is a great play just because of the community sentiment and because of what's going on behind the scenes. Like, I cannot say. But I'm very, very bullish on this project. I will continue to be bullish on this project. I'm currently up around 4x in this project. I have family members who are up 4x in this project, and I still see a very, very healthy long-term outlook for this. I think a realistic price prediction based off of now could be 500 million market cap, which would be at around a 4 or 5x from here. And then I think if we hit that $1 billion market cap, that's a 10x from this current position. And who knows what could happen from there. We could get into that 2 billion, 3 billion and more range. It's really unpredictable, but again, memes are highly risky, highly speculative. So invest at your own risk with these, not financial advice. I have to continue to say that. Even though I have a great viewpoints on this, and I think this does have a huge potential, does not mean that it's bound to go up, right? So you have to be careful. You have to do your own research and risk allocation because I don't want you guys getting wrecked and losing everything, but just know my stance could be different than yours. So keep that in mind. Just want to update on that. I still think it's a good buy. We're kind of just consolidating. We seem to have like a resistance level at around 13.5 cents. We continue to have touched that and kind of fallen down to, I think lows is like 10, 11 cents. So we're kind of in between a support of 10, 11 cents and then a resistance at 13.5 cents. So if you break the resistance, again, could push up to that 15 cent mark, maybe even higher. So continue to keep an eye on it. I will for sure. And yeah, really bullish about this whole sentiment in general. We're going to continue to give you guys updates every single day, 24/7. So with all that being said, I will leave you guys to it, and I'll see you later.